What's happening? Coach Ryan Family here from the Fat Loss Solution. Today I want to talk to you about a miracle anti-aging compound. Now, before you get all carried away thinking, what kind of crap is he going to throw at me today? I want you to know that what I'm giving you today has been researched extensively. There's peer-reviewed research available to back up the claims I'm making here. So what is this magical compound? I mean, what's the deal with anti-aging anyway? I hear all kinds of people taking injections, getting plastic surgery, all in an effort to look and feel younger. You don't need to go to those extremes. In fact, this one supplement can help in a whole host of functions to prevent you from aging the way you normally would. What is that supplement? It's creatine. What? Coach Ryan, creatine? Isn't that the stuff that those meathead bodybuilders and powerlifters and strength athletes take? Yep, you got it. Strength athletes, bodybuilders, powerlifters have known about the benefits of creatine for decades. They've been using it successfully to boost their performance in the gym or on the platform. Now, there's a lot of new evidence that's showing promise in terms of anti-aging. So first off, we have to talk about how creatine works. Creatine actually increases the function of your mitochondria by boosting your actual energy levels. When you boost energy levels, all functions in the body improve, period. Okay, because your energy level, it's the very source of all things that are going to go on in your body. So by boosting ATP or adenosine triphosphate, you improve the function of all bodily functions. Okay, improve the performance of all bodily functions. So some of the research has been looking at cognitive function or brain function, and there's actually been research to show that creatine will help decrease symptoms of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even Huntington's disease. These are terrible, awful disorders that you would never wish on anyone, that are a marker that are often due to lower energy, and that increasing the energy to the brain improves these disorders. The next thing that it does in terms of anti-aging is it acts well for blood sugar and insulin management. Where have you heard that before? I talk about it all the freaking time, right? Blood sugar and insulin management. If you want to get lean, you want to lose body fat, blood sugar and insulin management. You want to gain muscle, you need to be worried about blood sugar and insulin management. Well, creatine actually improves the transport of carbohydrates into muscle cells and not fat cells. This is via glucose-4 transporter translocation. I know I'm getting sciencey here, I'm sorry, but I have to explain how it works. Glucose transporters are like little windows that live inside muscle cells. When you train or when you take creatine, these little buggers go to the surface of the muscle cell and open up their window and allow sugar and glucose into the muscle cell. This is important because when the glucose-4 and glucose-2 transporters are at the outside of the muscle cell, you're not storing glucose as body fat. So taking creatine helps improve this function. The next thing that it does, this is the big one for anti-aging. There's a little compound called lipofuscin. Lipofuscin is a marker for aging, and if you look at any and all tissues in the body that have seen damage, oxidative damage from aging, they have high levels of lipofuscin. Creatine actually reduces the production of this in your body, so it actually reduces the oxidative damage that goes to all your cells in your body. So why would you not be taking creatine? Now, most of the doses studied, shoot, there's one other thing I forgot to mention. I totally popped into my head. There's a lot more research on it, but I'm only keeping a little bit of it in my head. It's like a pot. I can only fill it with so much, right? So congestive heart failure is the next one. Patients with congestive heart failure that took creatine showed a decrease in episodes and an increase in heart function. This is huge, folks. Okay, so because heart disease is one of the leading causes of death in the US. So how much should you take? Well, most of the research when we look at congestive heart failure, cognitive disorders, and just overall health looked at 20 grams per day in divided doses. So taking 5 grams of creatine 4 times a day will do the trick. Now, there's only one population where creatine is bad for, okay? In other words, it's perfectly safe to use, except if you have a history of kidney failure or renal disorders. If that's you, you may want to check with your doctor before supplementing with creatine. Otherwise, you're good to go. There's been plenty of research to prove that it's safe across decades in the scientific labs. All right, I'm Coach Ryan Family from the Fat Loss Solution. Take some creatine. See ya.